Welcome to the Manna at the Tap broadcast. I'm Gloria and I host Tapestry Ministries, an online spiritual formation community. We like to begin each day with a Bible story based on the day's lectionary text. Today, we've returned to the book of Daniel. Last time we were here, the great king Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon was suffering from sleepless nights and haunted by fragmented dreams. He couldn't remember them so that no one could interpret them. He was angry with his wise men and ordered them to be cut into pieces because they could not honor his requests. To the surprise of Daniel and his three companions, they were also to be cut into pieces for not interpreting the dreams. Daniel asked the king for some time, and he then gathered his three companions and asked that they call out to God for mercy. Mercy to spare their lives, compassion for the lives of the other wise men, and mercy for insight into the king's dreams. God was faithful to Daniel and his companions, revealing to them what the dreams meant. Then Daniel praised the God of heaven, thanking him for his wisdom and power and for showing the dreams and its interpretations to him before he talked with the king. The dream involved a colossal statue and all that would take place in the power structure of kingdoms in the future. The king then acknowledged that Daniel's God is the God of gods, the Lord of kings, and a revealer of mysteries. Now, as we turn the page to Daniel chapter 3, the lectionary text for today, we see that the king has built an image of himself in gold. It was an incredible sight to behold. It was almost comical. Placed on a hill high above the people, the image could be seen dazzling in the rays of the sunlight from near and far. Everyone was commanded to fall down and worship it, and the punishment was to be thrown into a blazing furnace if one did not comply. Word reached the king that the three Jewish young men had not bowed or worshiped the image, and they are charged with two offenses. One religious, they did not serve the king's God, and the other was political. They refused to obey the king's command. They were challenging his throne, and this was therefore treason. King Nebuchadnezzar gave them one last chance to change their minds. In the meantime, the furnace was heated up hotter than ever before. There was no backing down from the king. Therefore, this was not a political contest, but a theological truth of whose God could deliver them. The young men presented two possible scenarios. First, God can deliver them, making it unnecessary for them to find a way out by giving in and worshiping an idol. And the second scenario was even if God does not come to their aid, they will not worship the gold statue built by the king. The young men are committed to God at all costs. Their challenge is not about God because God is faithful. But there is a real possibility that God may allow them to die. There are times when death is a reality for those who follow God. These young men are willing to surrender their future into the hands of God because death, though real, is not the end of God's capacity to create a future. The young men are thrown into the fire, and another person appears in the fire with them. The king's heart was changed when he saw the commitment of the young men to choose death over disloyalty to their God. King Nebuchadnezzar praised the God of the young men because he saved them and they trusted God.